Hello and welcome back everybody to the Minecast number 6 this week. So basically, if you're new to this is basically where we're going to execute our freedom of speech and basically give our input on some current topics, along with just some random things that we come up with along the way. And I guess without further ado, let's get on with it. So one of the things that I did want to cover really quick was that my internet's not working that well. Uploads have been a little bit short lately because of it. Hopefully it's going to get fixed. If it doesn't, I'm going to basically do the best I can to get videos out to you guys, etc., etc. But yeah, if anybody's wondering why videos aren't coming out that fast, that's why. The upload speed of ours just got screwed with, and they don't feel like changing it back. So, whatever. Let them do what they're going to do because I don't have any power over it. I'm going to be working on this lobby, and I'm going to be working on a new lobby down that way. Chris is going to be working on... What's the name of it?
The pig races? The Brickyard 500?
Yeah, the Blockyard 500. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be working on that. If he has a lot of progress done that he wants to show us in the end, we'll go over and check that out. Otherwise, we'll be staying over here. Okay. But yeah, so let's go and get on with the first topic. Democrats tried raising the minimum wage just last night at the time of this recording. By the time that this is released, it'll be next week. We're behind a bit. But yeah, I'm really not happy with even considering raising the minimum wage at all. Chris, okay, so what do you think are the major downfalls of having the minimum wage raised, or pros?
Well, I guess I wouldn't. In a way, I'd like to say that there's not really any downside to it. I just think it's kind of a waste of time. I don't think it's really going to change anything. It's not going to make anything better. I think as far as the scale goes, I think you're still going to work as many hours and still going to be able to afford just as much gas or be able to pay your rent just as much. I think everything is all going to increase roughly about the same. You'll have a cushion for probably a few years, so it will be nice to try getting on your feet before you get them kicked out from under you again, but I don't see any upside or downside. If there is a downside, it is the fact that we're wasting resources on it in general. So that's my viewpoint as of right now. I'm not too educated on the political side of stuff.
Okay.
So, that's that.
I see a lot going wrong with this, okay? One of the major things I'm seeing wrong with this, and one of the reasons that I hate Democrats so much, is that they don't think about... Hang on one second. I did not know vines could catch on fire, apparently. Because I swear I just put one right there. Interesting. Is that as you raise... the minimum wage, the amount of people that a business can hire is going to go extremely down. I mean, I don't know where they think that that's going to be a good idea, that you raise the minimum wage, that the people you're going to have more employed. It's just not going to happen. I mean, there's going to be less money, and there's going to be employee cuts, if anything. So, I mean, that's all I'm seeing. And personally, I think that if you raise the minimum wage, I mean, there are some states that are going above 7.25. I mean, Indiana is 7.25 right now. 7.25 or 7.50? I think it's 7.25.
I don't know offhand.
I think it's 7.25 for Indiana, but I'm perfectly fine with that at this point. Yeah, vines can catch on fire. Well, that's not going to work on that wall. Guess I'll just keep going with this up here then. But... God dang, I'm losing my train of thought. just I don't understand where they think that it's going to be a good idea, because you will have a lot of unemployment going along with it. I don't know if that's like what they're even considering at this point, but that is what would happen, and why it got downvoted. And they were perfectly aware that it was going to get downvoted. I mean, they even had, I believe they had some Democrats themselves saying that, yeah, this isn't going to pass. This is just us trying to come up with a new topic that's going to try and get the next presidential election to be like a power topic. And personally, I call that bullcrap. That you're going to try and deceive Americans thinking that, yes, this is going to be the new thing that's going to help rejuvenate the country and help get everybody back and employed and everything like that, when it's nothing but a bunch of lies to everybody. I mean, the whole fact that anybody would think that, yeah, this is a good idea, that this is going to help rejuvenate our country and everything like this, is a bunch of bullcrap and lies that it's even thought. Yeah, I don't understand. But like with where I work at right now, I mean, you have to start out at minimum wage. I mean, we hire a lot of people because most of ours are like very, very temporary people that we hire. So we start them out at minimum wage. If we start having to pay more, I mean, our business isn't going to be able to keep up with it. I mean, the owners are going to be screwed, and they're going to have to be like, okay, we have to cut these people out because we can't afford to keep them. So, I mean, and unemployment is only going to rise, and then once inflation catches up with us, then yeah, we're going to be right back where we are right now, but we're also going to be further behind the other countries because who holds all of our debt? You got the freaking Chinese holding it. So I don't understand at all where any of it makes sense in their eyes at all. So that is like my major viewpoints as to why this is so bad, and why the thought of it even being used in a presidential election is complete bull in my eyes. Your turn.
I don't think I have too much more to add to that. Sorry.
Okay. I guess that means I did good. Kyle did good. But yeah, I don't understand them doing that. I'm very, very against it, and I think that is using our freedom of speech to its best right there, because you just can't say that in front of Congress, because otherwise they're going to escort you out of the building, because all those Democrats are nothing but good, filthy America haters. Okay. Go Republican Party, or pretty much any other party other than Democrats. Yeah, America. Alright. That only took like 5 minutes to get through of me ranting. And I feel a lot better. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on with the new rumored Nintendo system that they got a patent on. Chris, you watched a little bit of a video on this. Do you mind filling me in?
Yeah, it's... So, sorry, trying to wrap my head around it, and I should stop playing while I talk. So, basically what it seems like is... So, I don't know if you know well, I mean, you, me, and Kyle know it, but anybody else, the 3DS console itself, it's lacking a second joystick on the controller as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the patent is basically looking to add that, but not just that. It's basically adding the spot for that, or the possibility of a D-pad or additional buttons. So that's what I saw that they were getting a patent for, and the article I was reading was saying that it's not a guarantee that they're going to come out with this as a final product, but who knows until probably like 5-10 years from now. But so yeah, that's what I read up on about it.
Well, since it was a patent and it pretty much got leaked out to the entire world, I mean, do you think that this could be something that we would be hearing at E3 this year?
My suspicions are no. I don't think we'd actually ever see it. I think it's more of the reserving the idea. I think they have it. They think it has good potential and promise, but I don't think that exact thing we'll ever see. I think they're probably working on an idea for the next handheld console, and I don't know. I think it's that they have an early idea and they want to secure it before anything happens to it. So, yeah,
So pretty much it's
yeah,
like so basically you can like say screw the D-pad, I want an extra joystick, right?
yeah,
Okay, see,
yeah.
this sounds
Or
a lot like the phones that we just covered, either in the last podcast or the Minecast or the Minecast before, with the phones that we'd be able to switch out like the cameras to the newest model and stuff like that.
right.
Which I'm all for that idea, but I
I
don't know.
like the idea for the phones. I don't know. I don't know. The controllers have not had a drastic change since. When did the first joystick come out? Was it like the first PlayStation or Nintendo 64? It was one of those two.
Um,
But
yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
so to me, it's been quite a while since there's been a dramatic change for the controller, and then the Steam controller is getting worked on. Is supposed to be released. So I don't think there's too much as far as controllers that you can really change. So I don't know, like if they just had a second or an extra spot for anything,
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what they would really consistently use other than an extra joystick. So I don't know. What's your thoughts, Kyle? Like, could you see any other configuration that you would use that would not involve a joystick?
I guess it's all dependent on what game you're gonna play. If you're gonna play a first-person shooter, you definitely need the two joysticks. Which actually, has there ever been like a full-fledged first-person shooter really on the DS? I mean, I guess they've had Call
Yeah,
of Duty, but that's mainly been controlled by the stylus for looking around. Um, so you get
there
so
is Resident Evil also.
I did not know that they actually got that onto the 3DS. But
Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the best looking games for it.
huh, interesting.
Yep.
I might look into that. But yeah,
Yep.
I'm not. I don't know. Like, I guess it just depends on what game you're gonna play. And the only other thing that I would be like a little bit scared about is the fact that would you would you eventually have them wear out and you would have to get replacements because constantly removing or readjusting your joystick, your D-pad, and everything like that. Um, I imagine that has to do quite a bit of wear on the controller itself, especially in those connectors. So I don't know if that's really a smart move on their case, but
Right. My, Honestly, I don't think I would ever see them doing something modular, but they have been very inventive with their new products. Um, I think the GameCube was pretty unique in itself also. I forget why, but I thought that was even. But the Wii, the fact that they came out with the nunchuck style and the new Wii U, you have the screen on the controller and you still have the nunchucks. On the 3DS, you have the screen and you have the touch screen.
mhm.
And they've been very innovative as far as how to interface with their systems. So I guess I wouldn't put it past them to have a modular idea for it. It's just, I guess I can't really imagine it just yet.
And see, I'm just not sure if I'm a fan of the whole idea. Um, I mean, with the phones, I imagine that it's going to be really, really great and everything, um, because you will not be able to outdate that easily. But then again, um, I just don't know how much the longevity and the life of the device is going to be. And I guess that's where my major concern comes in is what's the lifespan of one of these items.
Yeah.
I guess once I get the answer to that, I guess I'd be able to say a lot better how I feel about the whole concept and the idea of it. But then again, I do see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes I just have to count out loud. But I don't see Nintendo being really relevant much longer. It's sad to say, but I do see them as a very dying, dying gaming company, or whatever you want to call them, gaming distributor. But regardless, I do see them dying, and I see them not being around very relevant in the future years. So I guess, will we even get to the point of when we're going to see that? I guess maybe that's even a better question.
I would like to think yes.
See, I would like to think yes too, but like, I think the only things really keeping them alive is the Zelda, the Kirby, Mario Kart. Absolutely, I think Mario Kart's probably one of their best sellers of all time. But
well,
go ahead.
Is that kind of how most companies are, though? Like Halo, and I think that's what keeps a lot of the companies going. But I don't know. I think Nintendo is just finding their safe spot and remaking a lot of their games and sticking more or less with theirs. I don't think they've come out with.
Which, to me, why don't you do a Sega? Of where you start having your games go onto other consoles then? Why are you making your own console when pretty much there is no need for you to make a new console? I guess maybe that's one of my other points that, because I mean, Sega, what was their last one? The Genesis? Was that their last one?
Dreamcast.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. See, with the Dreamcast, where did they go from there?
In the crapper. They didn't have anything else after the Dreamcast.
Yeah, kind of my point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I counted right. But, I don't know. I feel like they could be doing a lot more with the company, other than trying to come up with the new biggest and best thing, because I think that they already proved with the Wii U that the sales did not go as they expected. The 3DS went probably as expected, and I mean, they did a good job creating a system with 3D. And I give them props on that. But I think when it came down to it, they probably caught wind, hey, look, tablets are the way of the future. And I'm not seeing tablets being the way of the future when it comes to gaming. It doesn't seem at all a fix for gaming at all. Because gaming on the go for me is not what I do. I listen to music and I fall asleep if I'm on a plane or if I'm in a car. That's what I do. And then if I'm driving, then I listen to the radio. I do not play games at all at any time. It's just not something I do. I sit down and I play my games. So I don't know that portable gaming is really the way of the future, and I don't know that the Wii U and trying to make a tablet, maybe perhaps trying to harness that tablet market was one of the best moves that they ever made. So, I mean, what do you think? Do you think tablets are the way of the future, or are you thinking that it's something that could just dwindle out with time?
I think, I don't know, I have a hard time judging that one just because we were just talking about this just a second ago with DVDs and Blu-rays, that like DVDs actually stuck around and Blu-rays didn't, and it's really hard to figure out if it's going to find a niche or not, because those two are so closely related that you would automatically assume the other one would. So as far as do tablets have a niche, I think so far they're cutting a big profit in computer sales right now. But But to me, I don't know. There's phones and there's computers. I don't see a middle ground really for it. But I'm not the average gamer either.
I mean, with my iPad, I mean the games on it are okay and they're decent, and the graphics on them are a bit above average considering what I was expecting when I first tried it out. But it's just not going to be the powerhouse that I think everyone is expecting it to be. If anything, it would have to occur many, many years down the road when tablets are really, really far advanced. And they're just not at that stage yet, in my eyes. They still have a long way to go until they have the processing power and the graphics cards in them to really become a powerhouse in the industry of mobile gaming. But that also makes me think. Let me get this pattern really quick. It goes there to there to there. Okay. Do you think that there will ever be a gaming tablet?
Gaming tablet. I've actually seen a couple. I don't think they really got a good launch or anything like that, but I've seen some made for it. I guess no. I don't think that I would ever see a gaming tablet really take off.
See, I wonder if it. See, I don't think that it would ever take off, but I do think that we will see it attempted in a market in the future. Even though I don't preferably want to see it, it's probably going to happen.
Actually, I might be able to find a magazine that has the name of one. I don't know if it's like an iPad with an attachment controller to it, or it's all one unit. But yeah, there's one out there that had the best chance of them all at one point.
Yeah. Back onto the Nintendo system though. I'm going to go with you on the fact that we're probably not going to see this exact thing. I see it to be a little bit too unstable. But if they do go that direction, they do have the patent, so they can do it if they wanted to. But I don't see it being a possibility at this point. Because the technology that they're probably working with is many, many years out. But I'm not seeing it anytime soon. You got any more to add to that one?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm good on that one.
All right. So this next topic I heard on my way home from college today, and the vines are coming along pretty good. Okay. Wish those would grow a little bit. But apparently, vaporizers are being banned from public places in New York. I don't know if it's a city or the state, but a lot of people are against it. And unlike them, I'm going against them, and I'm saying I am all for it. Yeah,
You're for the vaporizers.
I'm for the banning of vaporizers in public places. I don't like it. Every single time I go into my break room and there's someone smoking on an e-cig, I still don't feel safe. I feel that there's still something there. And personally, if someone needs nicotine in their life and to become an addict to it, I mean, smoking is an addiction, okay? I mean, if someone says that smoking isn't an addiction, and that they can stop whenever they want, they're lying to themselves and they need help. And personally, I would hope that they'd be able to figure out a different solution to relieving stress besides smoking and doing e-cigs, because no matter what, I don't care if they say that e-cigs are better for your health. they might be because you're eliminating tar, but they're still doing something to your body. I know that they are. I mean, that I'm not dumb, and other people shouldn't be too. Um, I mean, it's smoking is a market that's never going to go away. I mean, when CVS did the ban, um, and they went ahead and said, "Hey, we're pulling this off the shelves because it's not healthy." I praise them major hardcore because they know what they're selling is bad, and they were willing to lose quite a bit of profit over it to make sure that they stayed a health store instead of promoting in a sense bad health. So good for you, CVS. But yeah, so there's my 2 cents on that one. What do you got? You for or against?
I am for the ban of e-cigarettes. Like you said, the nicotine is an addiction, and that I don't know. If you're gonna do that to yourself, do that to yourself. I'm not gonna stop you, and I don't think anybody else really has right. I think there's very few times where people should step in to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. But as far as like, don't make that choice for me either. That I have to be around you um, to ingest this addictive material that I don't need. So
To bear
I
witness
think it's
to it.
yeah. I don't know.
A true life story. This just happened a bit ago. A past coworker of mine pretty much had her kid come up to her asking if he could get an e-cigarette. Um, Now, most of you are probably thinking, "Oh, this kid is probably fairly old." This kid is under 10 years old. Okay. The image is that smoking is cool once again. Okay, we started to abolish this whole image, and now it's back with the e-cigarettes. Okay, this is not good, America, because once you think that you have one thing fixed, it's not. It's just not fixed once again, and it's pissing me the hell off, because now we have our youth now thinking, "Hey, e-cigarettes, they're gonna be healthy for me. Hey, look, mom and dad do them all the time. Why can't we?" Because if I had a 10-year-old coming up to me, and apparently there are many in elementary schools because these kids' parents have them and they can just sneak them out of the house because the parents don't watch the kids. But I mean, it enrages me that kids are that young are thinking, "Hey, I can have one of these because of my friends have them, and that this is going to be cool." Because it's just going right back to what we tried to abolish a long time ago. It's basically all that hard work going right to waste yet again. I mean, we're back to not being that cigarettes are cool, but that smoking is cool yet again. And it pisses me the hell off that it's back yet again. And it's attacking younger than ever. Your turn.
I don't know if I have much to add to that. It's my opinion. Yeah. Well, I mean, all the factors that I've worked at, they have had a no smoking policy, so I've been pretty excluded from it for quite a while.
No smoking or no toking?
Cocaine?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm ashamed to.
Toking is basically the term for smoking e-cigs.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I haven't seen anybody try e-cigs, so. So I really haven't. I think my sister did e-cigs, but I haven't really had that big of a influence from it.
Well, lucky you. Because I'm heavily influenced by it at work. Apparently the job is a lot more stressful than I have freaking bared witness to. But I mean, seriously, the job's really easy for me. You get in, you do your crap, get out. That's how a job's supposed to be. But apparently these people stress over it a lot more than just at work. But just the whole smoking right around me and everything like that. I mean, even though it's supposed to be okay, I don't feel it's okay. And the whole thing that I don't feel that it's okay tells me that I shouldn't have to be bearing witness to it. So there's my 2 cents on vaporizers and e-cigs and why I think that they should kind of be kicked to the street and not really allowed. Anything else to add?
No, sir.
You seem really quiet today.
I know. I'm lost trying to do this damn project. I should just stop.
Oh no, keep going. Keep going. But, okay. Anyways, on to the next one. Preloading. Okay, you want to go ahead and give a little bit of background to people who don't know what preloading is?
Yeah. So, I guess I don't know the strong history with it. You might know more, but I think Steam was my first experience with it. Where, say, a new game is coming out, and you don't want to buy the disc, you don't want to go to the store and get it that night, but you still want to be able to play it as soon as possible. Instead of having to sit there and as soon as it's finally released, then you download the entire. How big are games normally now? About 12,
Yeah.
16 gigs.
Yeah. On average.
It'll take you.
Well, I think that they're going upwards of 40 now anymore.
Good lord. Yeah, it's just I would not sit there download it all waiting to play it. So basically, if you have slower internet, or I guess I would consider it average, you probably wouldn't be playing it that day or night. So what you can do now, at least for Steam, is pre-download it, but you don't get the entire file. There's still like a snippet of like security info that you have to download after it's released, which would only take you a few seconds, and then you're able to play the game right when it's released. So it's you're trying to even the playing field between downloadable and hard data. So the new thing is that who was it that was going to that's talking about doing this now? Is it PlayStation, I think?
Yeah, Sony has been talking about this ever since the past E3.
Yeah. So it was. I think it would be nice to have them do that, even up the electronic playing field. But I think, what did I say that Steam had an advantage over the other over the consoles as far as downloadable data? That I was more comfortable with Steam. I forget.
I have no clue.
But sorry.
They've been doing this for a while, yes.
Yeah. I first encountered it with Portal.
I was gonna say that was actually my first encounter with it. It was with Portal 2.
Yeah. Portal 2 was my first encounter with it. But I would assume that they've been doing it for quite a while. I haven't got the chance to really do.
Which actually, if you think about it, Portal 2 was actually released quite a while ago, even though it seems like just yesterday to us.
Yeah. That was the last game. That was like 5 years ago or more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get with it, Valve. Make more games. We love you. We pay you money. We pay double if you make it early.
I'll pay triple if you just make Half-Life 3.
You'll pay triple the price for Half-Life 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would that be? 100.
120. No, 180.
No, that's double.
Well,
yeah, 180.
Then they have the follow-up question: would you like to get the collector's edition, sir? What comes with
In
it?
a heartbeat.
Season pass. Because everything has a goddamn season pass. Number one thing that pisses me off anymore is freaking goddamn season passes. Because if you freaking pre-order the game, you can get. Well, actually, no, you can actually pre-order the season passes now. Because you can do that with Watch Dogs, and that ticked the hell out of me. I don't understand it, people. I mean, honestly. Okay, screw it. We're going into the next one. DLC with Mario Kart.
I was gonna say, is this our segue?
DLC Mario Golf. Go. Tell them what's going on with that one.
Okay, Nintendo has said that they will. This is something I haven't mentioned previously, but Nintendo has said that they will not offer a DLC for a price unless it was worth that price. So, um, Nintendo hasn't really came out with very many DLCs as far as I know of. So the biggest DLC that I've heard of lately is this Mario Golf World Tour. Is that it's being released, and alongside at the same time you're able to get DLCs right off the bat. So instantly that would kind of make you upset. You'd think like, why would I have to pay extra if they're already prepared? But the thing is, they're actually making the DLCs available. While they're doing that, the initial price is actually cheaper by what was it? 35. It's 25 or $35, and the regular games for the 3DS are $40. So you would actually be. It's a nice idea to be able to get more people into it from the get-go. If you have a lower price and less of a game, and therefore if people want to have a full game, they could have that, and then the people that just want to play it that can't really afford the full game are still able to get it as well. So I think it's a really cool idea, but
I am all for dropping the price. I am absolutely all for that because Nintendo. That is the one reason why I'm rooting for you guys to stay alive, is because you do know how the market works. I mean, it is a genius move on their part to say, hey, look, you see, how about we just, I don't know, drop the price a little bit for the people who don't want to buy the DLC? Well, for the people who want to buy the DLC. So that way they don't have to pay as much. And it would be a nice thing to do. And that's when they say, shut up, Johnson, and then they fire him. I mean, that's just what happens anymore. But I commend them a lot for that move. And I really do like it. It's a brilliant idea. So instead of having to buy the game, buy the season pass, or buy what you want for DLC, you're paying less for the game, so that way you can buy more of the game. And I think that's a win-win situation for everybody in that case.
Yep.
But I gotta get a drink. But I don't know that a lot of people are gonna pick up on it besides Nintendo.
I think I think the greediest of them are Microsoft, but I still think PlayStation is greedy enough that they would probably
it's not them.
drop the price.
I wouldn't blame them
The
at
developers?
all. No, yeah, you blame the developers of the game. That's who I blame, because they're the greedy pigs who are saying, I'm not going to release the game with all the content. I'm going to make them pay if they want more of the game. And I don't agree with that.
Well, okay. What games have you got Season Pass for? Let's discuss it that way.
28.
Is it just too many games?
No, hang on a sec. I gotta bring this wall back. 27. What's 27 divided by 2?
Like 13 and a half.
So the 14th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That block right there. Okay. Alright. Really quick, I'm going to let these people stare at this and watch the vines grow while I go and look through my game collection and I tell you. I got the season pass free with Trials Fusion because I pre-ordered it. Or no, I didn't get it free. I got it at a discounted price. I didn't get it for that. I bought all the DLCs for Modern Warfare, but there wasn't a season pass at that time. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they were like one of the first ones to introduce the season pass, but if you got the collector's edition, you got it free, and calculating the prices saved a lot of money. Any other season passes? Black Ops. Black Ops 2. I believe that's the only one I've ever actually paid full price for a season pass. But I've had 3 or 4 season passes in all.
See, I think I only got seasons pass for Borderlands, and that was just because I had spare money sitting in my account, and I was really looking forward to just kind of having a lounge around period. So yeah, I think the stuff that, like, I've wanted to get the seasons pass for Forza, I've wanted to get the seasons pass for Gears of War 3, but I couldn't justify the price because I already spent that much for the initial game. So it seemed like the price. Okay,
Yeah.
how much you would get out of the initial game for that amount of price versus how much you would get out of it for the other, it didn't seem to kind of justify. So if they drop the price for one, I don't know, I can see it start to balancing out more.
I don't see season passes being something that should ever be involved. You should release the game with everything that you wanted to have released with it. It's an incomplete game if you have DLC. Otherwise, it's just a marketing gimmick to get more money out of your consumers, and doing that is nothing but being a greedy cheapskate. Okay.
Okay.
I don't approve of anything that they do. In other words, with season passes.
Yeah. I don't know. I could go on for that one, but
I sense that you are differing.
Well,
if you're differing, I want you to differ because I want an all-out war with you on this. Come on, defend them. Defend them. I dare you. Let's go.
I'm not necessarily defending them. I think that they are greedy bastards and they know what they're doing and they're being a prick to the consumer. But on the other hand, there are points where there are awesome expansion packs or DLCs that I would rather have the initial game, the whole storyline, and then play through that, and then while I'm playing through that, finish up whatever else you have going on the side, and then I'll get that.
I guess maybe...
I just want to pay for what it's worth.
Okay. I guess maybe I need to elaborate more on what I consider DLC. If it is a map for multiplayer, or more to the story, that I consider illegal. You're being an idiot for doing this to your consumers, DLC. If it's like camo on a gun, you don't need it, but if you want to make yourself look cooler, or if you think that it just looks awesome, I'm not against that. I'll put it that way. Because that's not really anything against... Is it giving them more money? Yes. But is it something that the user needs to complete the game? No. In order to complete the game and make it a full game, you need the maps and you need the rest of the storyline. Without that, it is an incomplete game in my eyes, and I believe that it was not ready to be launched if it is at that point.
But seasons passes usually last for about a year until
they last
after the release of the initial game.
A season pass lasts for any DLC that isn't like gun camo and stuff like that. It's basically completing the story, like what I want to see.
I get that. What I'm saying is, when you buy a season's pass, what you're basically expecting to get is 4 expansion packs throughout a period of a year. So what you're saying is that if you wanted to pay for all that upfront for the $60 instead of $60 in the DLC, you would have to put that off for a year. So what I'm saying is it really worth to wait a year for these expansion packs that you might not even want? Although, like Borderlands, that was a huge storyline add to it. So.
Okay, so you're saying that you need a preview as to what you're getting. Or that's what you'd like to see, to make sure that you want the season pass.
Well, what I'm saying is I would like to play the initial game. I don't want to wait an extra year to play that because I don't know. I do want the DLCs, but like I said, the price isn't really in a sweet spot for me personally.
Yeah, same
So,
here.
um, so personally, I would just like to have the game up front, and then instead of them waiting another year to release it,
Okay.
to do make everything available all at once.
Okay, well,
But
I'm
I
also
think
going.
it's more.
Go ahead. Go ahead, and I'll let you finish.
I was just gonna say I think it's more about pricing instead of the release date. So, yeah, that's basically just it. Yeah.
See, I'm going to go and continue off of what I was saying. I
Yeah.
I would love to see them actually have a preview as to what they are expecting to put out for you. If I'm buying a season pass, I guess one thing I never really thought of is I would like to know what the hell I'm getting. Because I'm hearing that, like with the Watch Dogs, you're going to get, such and such more gameplay and stuff like that. Well, what gameplay? I mean, is there any elaboration on what I'm getting? And the only thing I've really heard is that it's supposed to be on a different hacker that's part of the Watch Dogs group. I can't T-Bone, that's his name. It's supposed to go more on T-Bone's storyline, but I kind of want a little bit more detail than just it's about T-Bone's storyline. I kind of want to know what is it going to be, how long is it going to be, and does it sound exciting enough to the point of where I want to get it? Because you've released enough info for me to be able to make a firm decision. I want your game, but sell me on the point that I want to get the season pass. Like with Call of Duty, you hear we're going to give you this many maps. Okay, well, what are the maps going to look like? They're going to be good, we promise. I don't know. I mean, I've been disappointed. I would say with Modern Warfare 2's, what's it, Modern Warfare 2? Was it Modern Warfare? Yeah, it was Modern Warfare 2. I was very disappointed with their season pass. I did not. I would not get it again if I could redo that. I found it to be quite a waste of money. And had I known what I was getting into, I definitely would not have gotten it. So I guess I
didn't know they had a Modern Warfare 2 season pass. That's crazy.
Modern Warfare 3, my bad.
Okay.
But I don't know. I kind of want more elaboration before I have to get one. You got what?
I was trying to work on this redstone puzzle thing, trying to talk at the time, so I didn't think I would be able to get there in the episode. Got it.
I was gonna say, all of a sudden I hear, I got it.
That made me really excited. Didn't think I'd actually get anywhere on this episode with this.
Jesus. All right. So I think we're off to the next topic then. Actually, I do want to cover. I am all for Nintendo's movement to decrease the price of their game in order to make it so that they can have users choose whether they want to have the DLC or not, and they don't have to pay basically twice the money or whatever you want to consider it. I'm all for them doing that. That was a very, very smart move, and it's a lot of respect to your consumers. Well done, bravo, and I hope you don't die like Sega did. That's about it for me. Actually, I kind of want to increase the roof on this. Yeah, I think I have to increase the roof size. Yeah, I have to. Okay, and you had nothing more to add to that, right?
Correcto mando.
Okay. Connect. You had a little bit of news about the Kinect, yes. Well, a
Well,
form of
not
Kinect.
Yes, a form of Kinect. So Microsoft is in development for a keyboard.
A
Just
keyboard?
a regular keyboard. Yes.
Keyboard?
For the computer.
A keyboard? What the hell are they doing with that?
Keyboard. But they plan on putting a cat to it and then making music with it. Keyboard cat.
Okay, that was a stretch. You saved it there. You saved it. Keyboard cat is like almost become like nothing anymore. I think it's been overdone too much.
Yeah. I think I've only seen
We
it
saw
once,
your
but
hands,
that's
man.
name.
We know the cat didn't play that song. We know you're a fake.
That guy's a phony.
Big fat
Okay,
phony.
stop with
Okay, continue.
Stop with the references. Okay, so the unique thing about the keyboard is that they are driving some inspiration to build this keyboard, and what it is it has infrared sensors almost per every key. It's scattered across underneath the keys across the whole board, looking up at your hands, determining the distance of an object for each one, and it's able to very rough image by that. But from that image, you can do gestures to speed up the process of your work, such as like instead of having to do Alt Tab, you just like swipe to the left of your keyboard, and it would do that. Or you can take like 2 fingers and swipe down across your keyboard and scroll down the page. And basically, it's just trying to streamline and keep your hands at the keyboard as much as possible. I know that Alt Tab is already on the keyboard, but as far as scrolling down the screen, you'd have to put your hand and put it off to the mouse and do that, and then go back. But it's a new development that they're getting inspiration from the Kinect from. So that's the overview of that.
See, and all I'm hearing is people want to be more like Harry Potter. Because look at this.
Wingardium Leviosa. I'm sorry.
Wingardium moved this page. Oh, look, it worked, everybody. Look, I'm magic. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's just my new Kinect keyboard available at your local Best Buy for an overpriced amount. Do we need it? Do we? Do we need it?
No.
Okay, thank you. That was the correct answer. Good job. We don't need it. Okay? We're just... I'm pretty sure I brought this up in the last Minecast. We're just gonna end up being like Fat Wally people. We're gonna just be sitting in our little chairs, looking up from our little monitors, swiping our hands apparently now, and be like, we have a pool? We're headed in that direction at an alarming pace. Because if you can eliminate, well, actually, I don't know. Is that actually more energy? Actually, that probably takes more energy. Scratch everything I just said. I think that would actually take more energy to do. Instead of moving like your little finger on a mouse and slightly moving it, you're actually moving your whole arm. Okay, yeah, scratch what I said. But I don't know that that's really necessary. I mean, we look at the Kinect, okay? Are you looking at your Kinect?
No, because it's covered in dust laying on the floor behind my TV stand.
Good! I was going to ask you how much dust is on it. And...
Oh, crap, son.
Yeah, same here.
I would actually get gloves on before I touch that thing.
Uh-huh.
I think it's covered.
Yep. The number one mistake I ever purchased was the Kinect. It was nothing but a bust. Microsoft saw that, and they came out with a new model that made ours obsolete. And guess what? It still doesn't work. I watch freaking Inside Gaming every day, and half the time whenever they say Xbox on, does it turn on? Hell no, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't even. Ouch, that sucks.
Like it's supposed to, but it fails a lot. um, and I don't understand why everything has to either be said or you have to have a movement with it. The whole idea of getting your whole body off the couch to play a video game, I like that idea. Okay, getting yourself more immersed in a video game is where video gaming is headed. I mean, we want to immerse ourselves in that world. We want to be that person. We want to experience what that person is experiencing. And personally, I would like to be Ash Ketchum, and I would like to catch them all. I mean, that's just a childhood dream that all of us have probably had. And, I mean, with the Oculus Rift and the Morpheus, I mean, we are eventually going to get to that point where we are going to immerse ourselves into that world and dimension. But I don't know that the Kinect was ready to be introduced yet because, I mean, you need all the pieces of the puzzle to get it to be a very, very... I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. Like, to get yourself fully immersed into the world, you need all the pieces of the puzzle. And the pieces of the puzzle haven't really been invented yet. You have movement trackers in the form of the Kinect and the PS Move. Okay, check and check. But you don't have, and you have surround sound. Okay, you have that on your head. I mean, headphones are becoming extraordinary with the sound quality that they give out. So I don't think that there's anything to really worry about in those areas. I mean, all the main missing piece of the puzzle is actually I don't know if it's really the only piece of the puzzle, but is the Oculus Rift / Morpheus. I mean, the goggles that are going to take you into that world. And personally, I can't wait.
There's no flash about that.
What's that?
There's no flash about that.
What do you mean?
I'm just being I'm picking on the Morpheus because I'm a Oculus fan.
I'm now PlayStation, and you don't have a PS4, so you have not seen the light. And when you see the light, you will then regret yourself, and you'll probably be kicking yourself in the face repeatedly, time and time again. And I will be there with a video camera, and I'll be like, "Ha, told you so." And then later post it on YouTube, because that's what we do anymore. But God dang it, I don't even remember where I was anymore.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay, one, I screwed this up. I forgot to move the wall. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do that now. But that's like the missing piece of the puzzle, is just getting us totally immersed into that world. And then once we have that, I mean, I don't know what they're called. The freaking thing with the slip shoes, and you're in this little bowl, if you will.
Are you talking about the Omni treadmill or something like that? The Omni.
I'm gonna go with yes. If you haven't seen the freaking device by now, get out of the closet sometime.
Yeah, I'm looking it up for you real quick.
Basically, it's a bowl that you stand in with slip shoes, and basically you use that to walk, run, and basically move. So I would say that would even make the Kinect obsolete in itself, except with the voice control that nobody uses. I'm just saying, I don't want it. I mean, I've had this Kinect for a long time, and I think I said... Actually, I think the only thing I ever used it for was facial recognition. I think I used that like one time. And that was about it. And I was like...
The Virtuix omnidirectional treadmill. But
Okay.
It's just called the Omni.
Okay. So anybody that's curious, you can look at that on your little Google and basically look at it for yourself. But you have that. You have good headphones, and you have. I'd imagine by that point we'd probably have guns that we could hold in our hands and be able to shoot like controllers at that point. So you need those, and pretty much you're going to be immersed into that world of Call of Duty that will maybe make a good Call of Duty game for once. Which actually, speaking of